Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Legal Awareness with Lady J. What are we looking at today? We are looking at the difference between murder and manslaughter. I'm sure we've heard of murder, we've also heard of manslaughter. Do you know that one can actually cause the death of another person and still not be guilty or liable to murder? And also, do you know that not every killing under the Nigerian law is known as murder? Let's see what the law provides. What is murder? Murder is the unlawful killing of a person with malice aforethought. When I say malice aforethought, what do I mean? With the intent to kill or cause serious bodily harm. Here, the person actually has the intention to kill, and not just the intention to kill, the person still goes ahead to kill, to carry out the act. In other words, for to be guilty of murder, there are two elements, two ingredients, which is the intention to kill, intention to cause serious bodily harm, known as the mens rea in Latin, and the act itself, the act of killing, which is known as the actus reus in Latin. This is provided for in section 316 of the Criminal Code Act, applicable to the southern Nigeria. When I say southern Nigeria, I'm talking of the non-Muslim states. Then section 221 of the Penal Code, applicable in the northern Nigeria. Northern Nigeria, it includes the Sharia states where Sharia laws operate, such as Sokoto, Kano, and the rest of them. Let's give an example. Where two neighbors had an argument in the night and they sleep and wake up the following morning. One of the neighbor picks up its knife and starts sharpening the knife. Oh, I'm going to cut off my neighbor's neck, I'm going to kill my neighbor. He did not just say, I'm going to kill my neighbor. He had the intention that he's going to kill the neighbor, and he goes to the neighbor's house with that same knife and gives the neighbor a cut on the neck. The neighbor falls down and dies. He's liable a murder. He's guilty of murder if charged to court. That's on one hand. While on the other hand, manslaughter is the unlawful killing of another person or unlawful killing of someone without such intent, often resulting from provocation or negligence. Here, there was no malice or the intention to kill or cause serious bodily harm at all. There was no intention, the person didn't plan it. Let's say, for example, two friends engaged in a heated argument, and due to the argument the other person pushes the other and he falls down, hits his head on a stone and dies. Such a person will not be guilty of murder because it was not intentional. He didn't plan to kill. There was no malice before then. Oh, I'm going to kill this person. This is provided for in section 317 of the Criminal Code. In the northern part of Nigeria, it is culpable homicide. It is called culpable homicide. The Supreme Court, per Mohammed JSC, made this clear in the case of Chuku and States, relying in the case of Amayo and States and Omini and States. The court held that when an unlawful act causes death without deliberate intention to kill, the offense is manslaughter and not murder. What is the punishment for murder and what is the punishment for manslaughter? Murder is punishable by death. The punishment for murder is death, either by hanging or firing squad, as the case may be, while manslaughter is life imprisonment or imprisonment for a lesser term. Are there defenses to murder, and what are these defenses? Yes, there are defenses to murder. One is provocation. A successful plea of provocation can reduce a charge from murder to manslaughter. Where you say, I was provoked, for example, somebody provoked you, slapped you, and you slap the person back. If the person dies, you can plead provocation. Don't forget, for the plea of provocation to avail you, the force used must be proportionate. Somebody cannot slap you and you cock a gun to shoot. No, it must be proportionate, it must be equal, slap to slap. Then others include self-defense, where, oh, you're trying to shoot me and I got hold of you and shot you first. I'm trying to defend myself. It's self-defense. Another defense is insanity, where the death resulted due to insanity. Maybe the person was insane at that point in time. At that moment, he cocks the gun to shoot. It was proved that he was actually insane. It can be reduced to manslaughter. The last defense is accident, where it can be proved that the death occurred as a result of an accident. the murder charge will be reduced to manslaughter. For example, where a company driver is driving the company vehicle, and in the course of his driving the brake fails, he hits somebody and the person dies. It's an accident. He didn't go out with the intention that today as I'm driving I'm going to kill anybody I see on the way. It's an accident. That's the this defense Any of these defenses can aid an accused for trying to reduce his offense from murder to manslaughter. We should not forget that the offenses of murder and manslaughter remain grave offenses globally, and more particularly in Nigeria. So please, let's know the difference between murder and manslaughter. Not every killing is murder, and murder can also be reduced to manslaughter. That is my message for us today. Bye. See you in my next video.